Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a look now at Minnesota's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be playing against Domantas Sabonis and the Sacramento Kings. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets.
And looking at the Wizards matchup, anything can happen in the NBA, but they'll be a heavy favorite, and it would take a total meltdown for them to lose.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. And it's MP in at the 1. And for the Jazz, we've got Walker Kessler, Bailey out there with Keontae George. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Anderson in at the 4. This should be a real chess match tonight, Grant. These teams both love to get set up and run their plays.
Yeah, you know, B.A., you got two patient teams who execute on exactly what their coach has drawn up for them. Trusting in ball movement to find their shots is the key.
MP finds Randall, and yep, it's good.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
George, and the jam by George.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
A nice shot by MP.
Quick decision-making by MP. I love how confident he looked taking that shot.
George against MP. George passes to Bailey. Kessler, a screen on Randall. To the middle. And finished off by Kessler.
One of his specialties on display there, a nifty lead pass.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and Coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league, if he's not there already. Looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Stolen by Kessler. Here's Markkanen. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And they've been one of the more exciting teams in the league this year, besting most of their opponents by a healthy margin.
Yeah, not many close games for them this year. When they win big. That kind of dominance has made them feared by the rest of the league.
George's shot is good.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close-range look.
Outside Cobb. First quarter ball, almost 2.5 minutes in, drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Trailing by 2. Pass to Bailey. Beyond the arc. Randall pulls down the board. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
You're losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
Now here's George. Bailey, the pass to Anderson. 5 on the clock. And there's the drive, and the layup is good off the glass.
Fantastic at recognizing when to attack the hoop. Kyle Anderson, a very high IQ player.
Randall, a screen on George. MP, the pass to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Here's Bailey, following the score by Minnesota. 4-3. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kessler. All right, let's take a moment to appreciate some of the NBA's toughest defensive teams. The Timberwolves, number 1.
They've been able to consistently slow opponents, using every tool they have to shut them down.
Here's MP. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Pass to Edwards. Back to Cobb. There's the triple. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. MP's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Outside, Anderson. Markkanen looking it over. Kessler, a screen on McDaniels. And finished off by Kessler.
Yeah, great feed there by Markkanen. That's something this team wants more from Laurie.
The Timberwolves lead by 3. Here's Cobb. 9 points in the game. Edwards for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Throws it up high. Bailey, the pass to George. Utah moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Markkanen sets a screen. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. And we're only a few games in, but already some surprises to this season, Greg.
Yeah, B.A. On the positive side, a couple teams have come together quicker than anticipated, and they are outperforming early expectations.
Now here's Cobb. Reed, a screen on George. Pass to Reed. The 3. Pure from 3-point range.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
McDaniels with a steal. MP with it. Guarded now by George. George against MP. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Pass to Anderson. Back to Markkanen. To the paint. And here's Bailey for 3. McDaniels with the rebound. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Now here's Cobb. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Bailey. To the inside. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Leading him right to the basket with a tremendous pass. Really good execution there.
Outside Edwards. Back to Cobb. Let's go with a 3. No good there.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Inside. Here's Kessler. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Kessler's got 8 points.
They're good looks from Bailey. You'd like to see him dish it a little more at this level than he did in college.
Now MP. 11 points in the game. Edwards can't hit. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. Needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous. Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Pass to Anderson. Back to George. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
The way George handles the ball and finds ways to finish inside make him very dangerous.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Collier's checked in. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Ingles comes in for Randall. Clark is checked in for McDaniels. And it's DiVincenzo in for Edwards.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Now here's MP. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Clark. Jacks up a three. Sinks it from distance. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Here's George. 7 points in the game. Down low. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Sees his man, threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Cobb with it. 11 points in the game. Drills it from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Collier. Marketing from long range. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
MP, a screen on Marketing. Clark outside. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Cobb. Rebound, Utah. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now here's Kessler. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And the quick trigger of Marketing is impressive. That's such a fluid release, too, especially on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Here's Cobb. 16 points for him. Out to the right wing. Outside, Ingles. On the wing, MP. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by George. Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Kessler. It's Markkanen on the wing. And here's George. For 3, Collier. Here's Kessler. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kessler's got 14 points for the game.
He's off to a fantastic start.
He sure is. 7 for 7 already, and he just looks to be on a different level than everybody else right now.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Fires for 3. Second chance effort. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He's off on the first. And it's Utah with the ball. 9-point game. Markkanen finds Anderson. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Trent, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner three.
And that concludes the first half. The T-Wolves on top, leading by 14. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Their bench doesn't look like a bench at all. It looks like they have two starting units.
And that means no rest for the defense. They're out there huffing and puffing.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
It's a good opportunity for them to gain some momentum. On paper, they should win a lion's share of these matchups.
Well, we'll see if they can go on a run, and you're talking Lions. I'm saying they have the horses to do it. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
On the court for the Timberwolves, Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. And it's MP in at the point. Here's Markkanen. It's Markkanen scoring inside.
And Markkanen is a low down inside close to the bucket. When he's got nice positioning, he's really comfortable inside.
Pass to Reed. This one for 3. Utah with the rebound. Anderson's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Markkanen. And here's Bailey for 3. Reed with the rebound.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Markkanen outside. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find.
And so MP will bring it up for the Timberwolves. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with George Niang. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Collier. And it's Hendricks in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Utah right now. Outside for Randall. Clock at 4. That's in. Coming off an assist from Cobb. Cobb's got his 5th assist in this one.
He's looked like a totally different player in the second half. That's his 3rd triple.
Here's Collier. Markkanen outside. Takes the 3. The rebound by Ingles.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Lets a floater go. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Ingles, no good. Well, the Jazz shooting 47% in this one. Looking efficient. Back to Markkanen. From outside the arc. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. And that'll launch a 4-game homestand for them.
You know, guys, every year Randall seems to improve as a scorer. You know, he's looking more and more confident, more comfortable out there scoring the ball.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Markkanen. Utah moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. To the wing. Right side. Here's Collier. And he banks in the layup.
When you get looks from there, you're doing a lot right.
Minnesota leading by 23. And here's MP. Outside. DiVincenzo. Now here's Gobert. Now here's MP. Lets it go from deep. He buries it from 3. Cobb's got 19 points.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shootout this team.
Pass to Collier. Back to Markkanen. Here's Hendricks. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Timberwolves have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this 4th quarter. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th. And it's Randall with the jam.
Absorbing contact really well. Randall will get a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Yeah, all game long, they had great energy, leading to ample second chance opportunities, and they converted.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
He's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And then for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards is checked in for Ingles. And Dillingham subbed in for DiVincenzo. Clark, when you look at the evolution of Julius Randle, talk about his playmaking.
Yeah, he's worked on trying to see things as they develop a little more, and I imagine he's done a lot of film study. I could only attribute some of his improvement to that. He's looking for others intentionally and aggressively, so I think that's part of why his teammates enjoy playing with him. They know he's making the effort to distribute the basketball. You can tell he's just a touch out of sync here, but he's battling, continuing to fight.
Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Back to Markkanen. And Markkanen with the stuff.
So much fun watching Markkanen catch fire like this. He's a capable, efficient scorer who does it at a high rate.
Cobb with it, and Kessler picks him up defensively. And the jam by Gobert.
The Frenchman doesn't mess around down there. Gobert, what a vicious throwdown.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Pass to Hendricks from downtown. Dillingham with a rebound. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the 4th quarter. Now Gobert. Picked by Gobert. Here's Cobb. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 7 tonight.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Markkanen against Edwards. Pass to Collier. Markkanen with a screen on MP. Niang, no good. Minnesota's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. And here's Edwards from the arc. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists tonight.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And he's going for the oop here. And finished off by Kessler.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
Pass to Edwards. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Hendricks. Back to Markkanen. Kessler against MP. Here's Hendricks. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Randall with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Here's Dillingham, and he makes it on the layup.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Here's Collier. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
Edwards can't hit.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for him. He'll usually convert that.
High post Kessler, driving inside, and finished off by Kessler.
You know, he's been fairly productive, but it's going to take more, either from him or somebody else.
Now MP. Randall outside. The 3. The rebound by Markkanen. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes, Graham.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Anderson's checked in for Niang. Bailey comes in for Hendricks. And it's Keontae George in for Collier.
Second team foul. Shooting for the Timberwolves, Johnny Juzang.
That one's off. The Timberwolves making it to their 2nd straight Western Conference Finals last year, Clark.
Yeah, you know, what impressed me the most, I think, was making it last year as a 6th seed. Gelling down the stretch of the season. They struggled for a good part of the season, but the last third or so of the season, they really came together. Just did not have quite enough to make it to the finals.
Markkanen outside to the inside. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Here's Juzang. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, B.A., some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
Pass to George. Here's Bailey from behind the arc. The rebound by MP. Puts one up from 19. Kessler with a rebound.
Despite his shooting woes, they're still up. That bodes well if he can somehow get things turned around.
For 3, George. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. And MP throws it down.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
Inside. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Anderson. Markkanen's got 5 points now in the quarter. Gobert with a screen on George. MP, the pass to Gobert. And here's Dillingham from the arc. The rebound by the Jazz.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Minnesota shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. MP against George.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And there's the screen. The drive by MP. Pass to Juzang. Clock is at 3. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Cobb, shot's good.
You can bet MP will make a lot of those over his career.
1:52 left in the final quarter. George passes to Markkanen. All right, so let's say we give you a carte blanche, Clark. Make you Adam Silver for a day. What's one game rule you change?
You know, I kind of like what the WNBA does in regards to the reset timeout, BA. Allow you to advance the ball without huddling up like a normal timeout. And I really think it helps the end of the game move a little better.
Pass to Gobert. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. And here's Cobb for 3. Goes back up. And it's finished off by Gobert as he lays it in. And that's a double-double for him now.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Timberwolves.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
And this is a matchup that's really favored them so far. They've won the first 2 games of the season series, and with 2 more left, they'll be looking forward to the last 2 against Utah.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Julius Randle.
Absolutely tremendous offensively. Relentless, accurate, on point. What a night.
To the paint. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Cobb. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They've got to tighten it up.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Now over to Dominic Hamill.
MP, you were able to reach the 20-point mark tonight and help your team get the victory. Is this something you guys can build on?
Yeah, it's all about reps. A good night scoring gives you confidence going into the next game. A win like this gives the team confidence going into the game after. Keep stacking those wins up, and you've got an all-NBA scorer and a championship contender. That's a good situation to be in, and I like that we're here right now.
Great. Thanks a lot, MP.
Hey, always appreciate it.
BA, over to you.
Thank you, Dominic. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.